What is going on, everyone? This is NinjaGeek here, and today we have some Black Ops 3 nuclear gameplay here. We got the KRM to start, and then I pick up a few other guns along the way. Here on the map, Breach. Not one of the best maps in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but, you know, it's a fair, decent map, and I end up doing well in this gameplay. But what do I want to talk about today? That would be, well, I guess Black Ops 4, and moving forward, I guess Modern Warfare 4 maybe, because I know that everybody's talking about it, and I don't want to, you know, come out here at the same time as everybody else and just copy everyone else what they're doing. But Modern Warfare 4 is huge in the community right now, and I feel like that has to do partly because of Black Ops 4, so I'll get into that right now. I think that many of us were expecting something different of Treyarch this year. Whether we love Treyarch or whether you hate Treyarch, either way, one or the other, I think that we were expecting, every single one of us was expecting something different from them this year. Perhaps like a past game or even a modern game. A lot of people had their money that Treyarch was going to be making some kind of modern Call of Duty game, and that is really not the case. With this year, we got a futuristic game, and not that that's all that bad. The problem that many people are having with it, though, is that I just think, as well as many others, that it's just overcomplicated. It's too much, and I don't really think it was the year to do this, right? Call of Duty is at a point now where it's not the number one best-selling game. It's not the talk of the town, you know? It's not the number one thing that people are talking about anymore. People have moved on to Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, Overwatch, Battlefield, Battlefront, whatever. You know, they move on to other games. Call of Duty's not the main game anymore. And I think, I forgot to mention Fortnite, I don't remember, but yeah, Fortnite as well, PUBG. So with that said, Call of Duty can't be trying out these new mechanics in the game, the new health regen, a new way to call in streaks, a new, you know, more specialists and more equipment and more abilities, and like, they can't be doing this year. That's my honest opinion, you know. I didn't really like Black Ops 4 when I first saw it, like the multiplayer side of things. I really liked the zombies. And we'll see how the Blackout game mode goes. You know, Blackout looks like it could be fun, or it could be a catastrophic mess, as you have seen in my previous video, which I will leave a link to at the end, probably, of this video, or something like that. But yeah, so the regular multiplayer, at first I was like, this doesn't look that good. It just looks kind of like Black Ops 3, but it looks a little more futuristic, even though it is boots on the ground. Then I saw some gameplay, and I was like, alright, you know, I guess I could see where this could be fun. It's not, you know, too bad. But the more I watch it, the more I just become stale to it. That's really the word I have to use, is stale, because the game just looks like it's just a fabricated version of Black Ops 3 without the thrusting movements, but then it has in so much more gear and equipment and futuristic stuff that it's way too much. It's not simple, and it could be fun, you know, maybe, but it's just not simple, and maybe that's not what they were going for. Maybe they weren't going for simple, and obviously you can see that with Black Ops 4. They're not going for simple, right? But this wasn't the year to do this, I feel, in my opinion. You know, it had Black Ops 4 been a simplistic, fun game, and then maybe next year Treyarch came out with this to kind of switch it up a little bit. Maybe that would have worked, depending on what the other studios did. But this year, especially with World War II kind of being an iffy game for a lot of people, especially with the past 3 other years of boost jumping and thrusting around in Call of Duty games, this was not the year to do this. Even if they wanted to do a futuristic setting, I feel like the mechanics in the game should have been more simplistic and more toned down. But we'll see what the multiplayer has to do with going forward. But I'm just, overall, in my own opinion, I mean, that was really the community's opinion as well, but in my opinion, I agree with that, and I feel like it's just too much, you know? There's too much going on in the gameplay, and there's too much micromanagement with the new mini-map system and the way the health regeneration works. it's not really Call of Duty anymore, especially like with this game specifically. I know a lot of people have said in the past that Call of Duty wasn't Call of Duty, but this game specifically is really not Call of Duty anymore, and it's not the casual experience, you know. It's more focused on team play, which I feel like they're going to have to retune a lot and rework a lot of things back, or I should say revert a lot of things back to how it should be, because you know, at the event, they're playing in LAN, they're playing with YouTubers and stuff, and there it's fun, the team play is fun there, but when you play online with Timmy No Thumbs, who wants to camp in a corner, and play with Torque using a barricade all match just to sit in a corner, that's not going to be fun, you know. And little Timmy's not going to enjoy that if he has to play as somebody else, as a different specialist. Like, I just feel like a lot of things are going to have to be reworked. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens when the beta comes. But that's really it for Black Ops 4, you know. Right now, it's just kind of, well, it was okay at first when I saw the gameplay, but now I'm just kind of like, well, I don't know. I'm really just kind of skeptical for it, to be honest, and that's really it. But now this Modern Warfare 4 news at the end of the video, so I firmly believe that in 2019 we're going to get Modern Warfare 4, you know. It only makes sense. We have World War II right now. We have Black Ops 4, which is a futuristic game. World War II is set in the past. It only makes sense that they're going to do a modern game. Of course, we had the 8 or so old Infinity Ward employees return back to Infinity Ward, so people are talking about that, as well as Charlie Intel and a bunch of other sources have confirmed that it is going to be Modern Warfare 4. It honestly has to be. Listen, if they know that Ghosts and Infinite Warfare didn't really do well compared to the Modern Warfare series and compared to everything else as well. It just did not do well. Just did not perform well, right? They know. Why would they go and make an Infinite Warfare 2 or a Ghosts 2? They know that it's not going to sell well. They already know that. They know it's not going to do well, besides the point that it's not going to sell well. So why would they put all their time and their resources into doing that? They already know that. They know that a Modern Warfare game is what people have been asking for and what will sell. And it makes sense with the timeline, especially with, I think Hirschberg said it, but it could be another person at Activision, but I think he said that we're going to have one of the best lineups in Call of Duty history right here with these three, this development cycle right here. And if that's the case, I think that that's true, because, you know, obviously, like I said, with World War II we had past, with Black Ops 4 we have futuristic, and now we're going to get modern with MW4 in 2019. And who knows what's going on with MW2 Remastered, but I think a lot of people, you know, besides the fact that I believe firmly that this is going to happen, I think a lot of people are excited for Modern Warfare 4 because of Black Ops 3. And the reason is because Black Ops 3 just pushes everything too far into the future, in other words, but more like with, not really with the setting, I mean with the abilities and stuff that you can use, like I mentioned. And people just want a simplistic but fun Call of Duty game like the Modern Warfare series brought. Right, I was actually talking to a few of my friends, you know, the other day, and they have basically said, you know, they're not buying Black Ops 4 straight out. One of them said, I'm not buying Black Ops 4, you know, they just want a simplistic game where you pick your gun, you pick your perk, you pick your streaks, and your perks, and you just go and have fun, you know. And I think that's what the Call of Duty series is really missing out on, even with World War II. World War II kind of doesn't overcomplicate things, but it's just not, I don't know, it's not the game for me specifically, but they just want a simplistic game like back when the Modern Warfare series was out. And I feel like a Modern Warfare 4 would do better than an MW2 Remastered, just because it's a new and fresh game. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, obviously we don't know what's going on with that. I doubt they would release it in the same year as a Modern Warfare 4, but who knows, you know. I really don't know we all don't know what's going to happen, but I truly believe it's going to be Modern Warfare 4. If I was a betting person, I would bet 100% that it's going to be Modern Warfare 4 come 2019, and I understand why a lot of people are excited, because Black Ops 3 just isn't going to deliver that simplistic Call of Duty experience that we know and love. So let me know your thoughts down below on what you think about Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare 4. I'll see you on the next one. This is NinjaGeek. I'm out, and peace.